Yeah, you do definitely see the dominoes falling. I've always said, when life gives you dominoes, make pizza.
What is up, everyone? How is everyone doing? I am Hector, and with me again is my homie Daniel. How you
From
doing?
from from a home.
Homie from another momie. And this is the Unknown Nerdcast. There's strikes. There's the writer strike and the actor strike going on right now. So of course we're gonna start feeling it sooner rather than later.
Mhm,
And we're already seeing how the dominoes are falling, I guess, with a bunch of delays, which is not
mhm.
surprising. And then the studio's moving things around just because
Yeah,
um just so
yeah.
that they don't have any like empty slates
Mhm.
later on. So even if the movie's ready or if it was like announced to come out during fall, they're like, you know what, let's push it because looks like this thing is gonna last a little bit longer than we'd like. Maybe towards like the end of the year and stuff, which is very unfortunate. In particular, like obviously for the ones that are going on strike, because like what the hell are they gonna do for money in between and stuff like that?
Yeah, you do definitely see the dominoes falling. I've always said, when life gives you dominoes, make pizza.
Of course, and that's Daniel Kim making light of the situation. So if anyone wants to go at him,
Follow me at Hector at Unknown Nerdcast.
wow, totally that one up. But yeah,
I did. I was just like, I was put on the spot, and you threw me the Hail Mary pass, and I dropped the ball. Sorry.
but yeah, so anyway, yeah, so there's a bunch of delayed movies. Obviously, all the award shows are or most of them are canceled for the most part, which
Damn, is that serious? It's gonna be, they don't, is it gonna
yeah,
be delayed that long to the point where awards, they're now reconsidering awards or just canceling awards shows altogether?
I think they're just prepping for the worst, and in case everything lines up. But then it also does take like a lot of like permits and stuff. Like they even though like award season is like February, January, stuff like that. Obviously, they start getting things ready like now. They're starting to line things up now, and if they don't know how long the strike's gonna last, I don't see why they would want to like start prepping for something and then delay it. That's just a waste of money for them. And clearly, the studios are tight on money. They're like they don't have that much money. They're not paying like millions of dollars for
Well, didn't you
executives or
say
whatever.
they had took enough money to cut down trees and get fined and pay off those fines? It's just like, I don't know.
Under other circumstances, that's the kind of pettiness I live for. But
Mhm.
like if somebody wronged me, and I wish I'd be able to do that just because that's and again under other circumstances that seems pretty funny. But in what Universal did a couple weeks ago, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of goes to show you where their mentality is, where it's like we
Mhm.
have the money, we just don't want to give it to you, kind of thing, or that's what it
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like at least. But yeah, so award season has been postponed, not necessarily canceled, at least as of yet. Which is obviously it's a good thing because like the award season is supposed to be a celebration for, the movies and TV shows. This is all of our hard work and all that stuff. It's meant to be like a joyous occasion, celebratory thing. And when you're kind of like in this situation where it's like you don't know um how much like your payment status and stuff like that, yeah, it's like it totally makes sense to postpone this. I mean,
What do you say to those people? Because I did see something online. Actually, there was like, it was actually TikTok. I think a person was actually pulling out his residual checks, and then
mhm.
somebody was like, "Oh, I wish I got paid for work I did years ago." Like, what do you say to people like that? Because I think it's not the same thing. Because to be honest, like, let's say you were, well, there was an electrician that said that. It's like, if I someone, I wish I was paid for like my electric work I did in the past, and it was just like, I was thinking to myself, well, it's kind of not the same thing, because that the work that these people are doing is also bought by other people to make more money for themselves, and I think they deserve a cut of their product.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know, it's just kinda comparing apples to oranges. Yeah, maybe to be honest, like, if you can get paid for your electrical work you did back in the day, like, yeah, I'd be happy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also, like, very different.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what was that? You totally cut out.
unfortunately not how it works.
Yeah, yeah,
I think you just spoke over me.
no, no, I couldn't hear anything. That's why I
Okay.
started talking. I'm like, "Oh, wait,
Okay.
his lips are moving."
But no, it's, yeah, that's just like yeah, I would've been bad if, like, people got paid for work they did back in the day. Like, I'm getting paid for, like, all my, like, retail work, part-time jobs I did, like, over 10 years ago, and just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. Is anybody gonna get be mad at me for that?
Yeah, no, but obviously this is, like, still, like, very different. This is, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
obviously,
pay the actors and writers. I mean, they entertain us. What do you like? What are you
exactly.
complaining
This
about?
this is this is an art form, and obviously we're consuming everything. So it makes sense that, like, if you're paying for something for, like, a form of, like, the movie, TV show, whatever, it makes sense for some of that to go to one of the like creators, or
Hmm.
some of the people that made it possible. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it makes a total sense.
yeah, yeah.
Um so yeah, so it's like it's completely different. I get it. And unfortunately, yeah, there are a lot of, like, people, like, skeptical people, is like, oh well, like you mentioned, that, like, I don't get anything for the work I've done before. But it's like, it's different, especially because, like, especially if you're an actor or a writer, it's not
Mhm.
like you're um working all the time, and people they rely on these residual checks, which with streaming and everything, it kind of fucked all that shit up.
Mhm.
And that's why, the strike's going on.
Well, yeah, I think you mentioned it. I think there's another element into it, like streaming and AI came into play. I think
Ye-
I'm not sure what like the electron or whoever, like any type of other type of labor, what you can compare that to. But like, let's say there was a robot, like a population of robots, and like you wouldn't like they wouldn't take it sitting down. They would be like, I deserve some recognition too. I don't know. I'm just giving an example, but at the end of
yeah.
the day, if anybody gets paid, I'm not mad at that at all.
No, hell no.
Unless it's done unethically, then that's when I have a problem. But if it's like, yeah, if you want to get paid for work you did in the past, go for it, bro.
Yeah, and obviously that like, all this is, like, set up, like, right before someone takes a job and stuff. So it's like, all right, cool, you're gonna make this amount of money for, like, the project itself. And then sometimes actors take a role because of residuals. It's like, all right, cool, so up front you're not going to get paid as much as you normally would, but on the back end you are going to get a significant amount if this movie makes X amount of money and stuff like that. So there are different contracts, different things. So it's definitely super messy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we are facing a dry spell in the movie theater. So right now, it's looking great with, Barbenheimer still going strong. Uh, People are still going to the movies and stuff, but that's gonna run out very soon. Especially again with all these delays coming out, like the one that broke my heart. And again, I understand, but still, I can be upset and still, like, understand why it's going on. But Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed indefinitely. It was meant to come out either next year or 2025, but obviously, given the strike, they haven't done any like voiceovers, and any, like, they haven't done anything for it. So it's obvious that's going to get delayed. And since we don't know how long this is going to last, it makes sense that it's indefinitely. And while again, I completely understand, and hell yeah, fight for this, like, fight for, like, to get paid, still breaks my heart. So I feel like I am allowed to be part of both things, because, like, I want it. I need the Spider-Man thing, but not at the cost of people losing
Yeah.
money.
It is you are caught between a rock and a hard place when it comes to these type of things. You also support the actors and writers, but at the
For
end of the day,
sure.
you also want to see your Spider-Man next to you.
I know, but yeah, there's those, like, these man babies, or not man babies, but huge babies, just go like, well, fuck you. What about me? I need my Spider-Man. How about like, yeah, and it sucks to see, but like huge babies are gonna react that way, and it's unfortunate but inevitable. Um, yeah, and obviously, James Gunn's DCE, no, I'm sorry, DCU that was like about to start. That's been delayed, obviously. So it's like all these projects that were right around the corner, just pushed back to who knows when, and theater
Mhm,
and studios scrambling to like fill in holes with movies or projects that are ready to go.
mhm.
Though some of those have been pushed back as well, just again to like kind of keep the money flowing and stuff. So
Yeah. I hope they get resolve this though, but we can only hope for the best.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, just like it. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I hope it they do get exactly everything that they're going for, or at least a majority of what they're fighting for, and however long it takes, obviously, just
Oh,
hope
we
it doesn't
kind of
take
don't want it
long.
to too long because at the end of the day, they're on strike and they're not getting. No one's
No,
getting
yeah,
paid at this
exactly.
point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's why like hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but definitely keep fighting for that. And hopefully they'll prevail sooner rather than later.
Hmm. Or else
But
everything's gonna be written by ChatGPT now.
yeah, I mean, they kind of already started with Marvel's Secret Invasion. Did you hear about that?
No, what happened?
Well, the intro it had a huge backlash. Obviously, it's over by now. I guess it's time to binge it. Though I'm not excited about it to be honest, but I'll still watch it. But the intro for Secret Invasion looks funky, looks weird, and uh, it came to light that they use an AI to make the intro, and that's why it looks kind of weird and not right. And
Wait, to
the
make the visuals or the writing?
no, the visuals.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, but that's an artist losing their job right there because they used AI, and that's why they're fighting for this, like things like this. That's how it starts, an artist lost their job or potential job for Secret Invasion because they chose to go with an AI. And it looked kind of funky. It didn't look right. uh they said that that's what they were going for, which I guess I see that, but still kind of sucks because it just shows you how studios are starting to like like cut corners. And
Hmm.
um yeah, that's again, that's one of the reasons they're fighting. It's already happening. And yeah, we'll see how it ends up getting resolved. But yeah, so speaking of movie theaters and eventual delays, right, I did also mention that movie theaters are like they're basking in the money right now, and they better enjoy it while it lasts. But the success of Barbie has prompted Mattel to come out with a couple of projects based on their toys. I swear to God, I saw this article, and I'm like, no, this has to be an Onion article or something, or like hard drive. It has to be like like spoof. Like, there's no way. I'm gonna read you the list of 14 upcoming projects that were announced. Who
All
knows?
14 of 14 of them?
Yeah, 14, at least according to Screen Rant.
Okay.
That's where I'm pulling the list from. But yeah, who knows when they're going to come to light, or even if they do. This is just projects that they have in the work. Not all of them are going to see the light of day, which for some of these, I like it shouldn't, and you'll see which ones I hope you agree. But the first one, so out of 14, the first one is Masters of the Universe, which, okay, I can see that one being a movie. You remember Masters of the Universe?
No, what's Masters of
It's
the Universe?
with He-Man.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Then I know what it is. Yeah, it just
Yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
ring a bell for some reason.
Yeah. Look, I think that's what it like the
Well, He-Man was
thing.
already like a wasn't it already like a
Yeah, yeah, that,
cartoon?
that one's already a meter. So that's what I'm saying. That one makes sense.
Yeah.
But it is also based on toys as well, or vice versa. They have a lot of toys. Who knows? Obviously, a lot of He-Man
Well,
toys,
I
but
mean,
that's
it makes sense that they would use like a cartoon to it's a good marketing tool too. If you make a cartoon out, like Pokemon has done it, like they
Oh yeah,
use like the animation or like the video game to press other things or market, like I don't know, like their merchandise and stuff like that. So it's a good marketing tool. So
yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
yeah, and that one has the potential of actually being good. But then that's also because it has it has like a story to it already, so it would make more sense when it's goes over to film. But number 13 is Hot Wheels. So I guess a racing movie, an animated Too Fast Too Furious, maybe now that that franchise is going to be over.
What was the movie again? Or toy again?
Hot Wheels,
Oh, Hot Wheels. Yeah, that makes sense too to me.
really? How so?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, it would be like just said, it would be kind of like the Fast and the Furious franchise. They would be using something with because I don't know, it'd be something around the car realm. I mean, they made Gran Turismo. Why not Hot Wheels?
That's true, but even with Gran Turismo, it's not necessarily based on the game. It's based on a true story based on the game, if that makes sense.
Well, I'm pretty sure they can find something based on Hot Wheels. That's a good story,
So yeah,
or
there's
they'll
this
say it multiple
collector,
times.
blah blah
It'll just
blah.
be like a kind of a Ford v Ferrari, and then they'll be like, we'll call it
Yeah,
Hot Wheels
yeah,
or something
okay.
like that.
So number 12, obviously counting down, we have Barney. So there's a Barney going, and this one's kind of interesting because, and these are rumors, obviously, and not really too far into production, but this is targeted towards millennials, so not necessarily kids, even though it's
Well,
like,
yeah, it's. I mean, millennial kids grew up on Barney, so like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
but it's still going on. So
Oh,
it
it
makes,
is. I thought it was. Oh, I don't know. I don't
I think it's
have any
going on,
kids to
but
watch these shows with,
yeah,
so.
yeah, no, exactly. So I think it's still going on. I see here, there's like a weird Barney animated thing. So I don't know if
Oh, like a Pixar kind of a deal, like
yeah,
the
yeah. So
immersive
I don't
Pixar.
know
Yeah,
if
yeah.
eventually it became that cartoon.
Hmm.
But yeah, so this one's, I guess this was taking the trend more, I guess, like Barbie did, where Barbie's not necessarily just for kids; it's meant for like millennials and adults. So I
Hmm.
guess Barney's going that route. Um, this was going to be a bit more interesting because it's a very toddler show. So for it to like jump over to like millennials is like, it's gonna be weird. Like, what, Barney's gonna be drinking, smoking, or what the fuck is he gonna be doing? You know. All right.
I guess,
Number.
yeah. Because that those three kind of it still makes sense to me. I don't know. It just to me it
Okay.
makes sense. Those things, yeah.
Okay.
Because
Now
I could see
Bar.
a Barney movie. Yeah, I can see it happening.
I mean, there have been Barney movies already, but it's been all like for kids, which is what Barney is. But so yeah, that's where they started losing me with the list. Next up is Polly Pocket. Do you remember Polly Pocket?
No, that one's
Yeah.
completely new to me.
Yeah, so Polly Pocket is a like a toy. It was kind of like a shell, like it fit in the palm of your hands, and you open it up, and there was like a little miniature world in there,
Oh,
including like little Polly and her friends that were like, maybe an inch big or whatever. But you had like your little world that you could play with and stuff. And
oh, okay. I
yeah,
mean, I can see them make that into a movie too. Like it can be like different worlds kind of collide, kind of a deal, or
okay.
some type of conflict. I don't know. I'm making it more actiony. I don't know
Yeah.
like
No, no,
how
but I
kidding it is,
mean,
but
yeah, like so far, I agree. They could pull something out of it or
yeah,
make some kind of movie out of it.
yeah,
Kind of like, Transformers. They
yeah,
did with
yeah.
Transformers and stuff. Um, so next up, I am not familiar with these toys. Maybe you are since you're older. Don't take offense to it. I'm sorry.
I am taking offense. You just call me old.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a huge age gap between us, right? But yeah, it's it's Major Matt Mason. Do you know that toy? All right, yeah,
I
let's
guess I'm
just,
not old enough because I'm that just drew a blank.
all right, cool. So yeah, let's just skip over that. We got nothing to
Okay, yeah.
say. We don't know that one. So at
Does
number,
it have to do something with Darkwing Duck?
no,
Okay,
that's
then I don't
Disney.
know it.
Yeah. So the next up is Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Ooh, it could be kind of like what's the one with there was something like that.
Is it
Real
Pacific
Steel.
Rim? Oh, Real
No,
Steel.
Real
Yeah, yeah,
Steel.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
remember
kind of like
that.
that. Yeah.
So then we already
So
have
far,
it.
Yeah, so something these are all kind of making sense still to me.
This one doesn't make sense to me. I could be proven wrong,
Mhm.
which I am all the time. But here, like starting with Barney, it started kind of like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? This next one is, well, number 8 on the list, Uno, the
Okay,
card
that one was
game
completely
Uno.
it'll
Huh.
be a bunch of hands trying to slap each other. Did you ever have that thing where, like, there's this one kid in that crowd that tries to just he's just in it to slap hands,
What?
right?
No,
Because
never
I think
played
there's
Slap Uno or whatever.
isn't it there was this version that or we were just getting being bullied and these sixth
I,
graders were just
I
picking
think
on
so.
us.
Either that, or I just completely missed out on a version of Uno. But I was never
Oh, was it
slapped.
slapjack? Uno? I don't know. I could have sworn it might be a memory that I don't wanna I just repressed and I don't wanna bring back, but it just I remember there was some type of slapping rule to it, and I hated it because there was these big kids that just slapped down on our hands.
Yeah, I'm very curious to what you were playing, and if it was Uno, I'd give it a shot. It sounds
There's
fun.
also a game called Slapjack. I think I'm mixing the 2 because I just remember playing Uno. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing the 2, but
So you think every card game's the same?
yeah, I think every card game's the same. I'm cardist.
And we do have a little synopsis here. Do you want to read it, or like what the movie might be about?
How about we guess and then it's
Well,
about
I mean, I wouldn't be able to guess because I did go through it. But
is it
what do you
about the
think?
biography of Uno, how it was made?
Let's see. Well, it doesn't really say, but that would make the most sense for me to me. That what because like like the Tetris movie that came out, it's like it is Tetris, but it's really how they got it to be this huge phenomenon.
Mhm,
But for Uno, the synopsis is an action heist comedy movie based on the popular card game Uno is in development with rapper Lil Yachty attached to potentially starring a film. The project is expected to take place in a notorious hip hop scene in Atlanta, which is likely to attract other rappers and entertainers to the Uno project.
that none of that made sense to me based on when
Yeah,
I know the game, it's just like, I don't know, I don't get it, but
I guess hip hoppers are playing Uno
yeah, I guess rappers
in
play Uno.
Atlanta. This next one also doesn't make sense to me. It's the Magic 8 Ball, the movie.
It would be cool if it would be cool if they made each audience ask a question and it pops up on the screen and then they're like, "Okay, that's the movie, guys. Bye."
No, it's funny because I guess Mattel has tried to make this thing happen for a while now, and
Mhm,
for whatever reason, who knows why it hasn't come to fruition. Huh. It's almost like maybe you should stop trying to make an 8 ball movie, but
mhm.
studios, they you know, whatever.
That one does not make sense to me, but I feel like it's gonna
Watch
be
that
like
one, the best one out of the list.
I find that premise questionable.
Ooh, try again later.
Exactly.
Number 6 on the list is American Girl. So
Oh,
I
the
guess,
doll?
yeah. So I guess
Well,
this one
that one
doesn't.
makes
Yeah, this
it
one would
makes
make
sense to a
sense.
degree, yeah.
It could
I
be
guess
like,
if it's to be honest, if it's like an action figure or like a doll, it would make sense. Like we saw with Barbie, we saw with like you said, Transformers, He-Man,
yeah,
Barney. Like, if it's a character, like an actualized character, I think it makes sense. It's just when it gets to like card games and board games, that's just like, okay, how are we gonna do this?
yeah. I mean, didn't have like a Battleship movie a few years
Well,
back.
even to I guess to a degree, because the premise is trying to like sink other people's
Yeah.
battleship, and you can kind of create a conflict and a story around that.
Did you
Like
watch that movie?
Uno, no, that's
Damn it.
why they should stop making these Mattel I'm just kidding.
uh,
I'll still catch some of these movies just out
yeah,
of
yeah. Oh yeah.
curiosity.
Of course. Yeah. Same here. I just don't think they should all be made.
Mhm.
Um, But yeah, no, I was asking you about Battleship because I wonder, like, they had to have said you sank my battleship, right, in that movie, because
I don't know, now I
why make
wanna
that movie?
yeah, now I'm gonna go back and watch that movie to see if they actually say it. Other than that, it's just a
It's a waste
fucking
of a.
waste.
Oh, I'm sure there's like a Reddit thread somewhere where it says "Don't bother." They don't say this because
Oh, okay, yeah, then
I
we
promise you,
should just
we're not the only ones thinking that.
mhm.
So the next one, I am not familiar with either. or I think I'm not familiar with. It's the Viewmaster. So
I
I
guess we're gonna
don't.
skip on that one too.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like this like kind of like VR
Oh,
thingy that you would
dang,
press a
is it the
button
old
and
school? And then that it has like
yeah,
it's a
I think
spiral,
that's
it's a
what it
circular
was.
thing that has like small pictures around it, and you put it inside this device where you look through like it's something
Hmm.
like a binocular shaped
Yeah,
device, and then you kind of click like you're taking a picture, and it like rotates the little circular thing where
yeah,
you use a different picture each time you click or trigger that little lever on the side.
yeah. I think that's what it is. But
Mhm,
yeah, that's another thing. I guess that's gonna be a making of thing because I
mhm.
don't see anything else. This one I'm not familiar with either. The Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy. And this
I
is
have
just
no idea what that is.
some dolls. But at this
Okay.
point,
Well, if
how
it's a
many?
doll, then yeah, I can I
Yeah,
can
but
I
at
can
this
see
point,
it.
how many doll movies do you have? Like, what are you gonna make a doll cinematic universe
Yeah,
or
why
something?
not? Barbie teams up the Barbengers.
That Barbarian. We are a team of dolls, like fighting the world
There
that
was an idea.
have this feminist group. God. All right, number three, Thomas the Tank Engine. That one, I
Didn't they already
guess.
do that?
I think they
I mean,
did.
there's a TV show, so it's like, why not a
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. Wow, the TV show had oh, I guess it ended recently, but it had 589 episodes and from 1984 to 2021.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, I mean I guess it's a they're trying to do a mix live action kind of thing. So that one I guess makes sense. Um
Yeah, it makes sense because there's a TV show, why not a movie? I'm pretty
cool.
sure, like, it was bound to be a movie at some point in time because 'cause they're trying to like, a lot of my childhood stuff is coming out as movies now, so it's just kind of like,
Yeah, and they're
yeah, it
banking
makes
on
sense.
that because
Yeah.
like they're banking heavily on nostalgia, and that's
Mhm.
why the next up is Big Jim. You're familiar with that toy?
No. What's
Yeah,
Big
no, me
Jim? I
either.
feel like
So
if I saw a picture of it, it kind of would spark something, but
I
I
do
but for
have
this one,
this picture right here. Sorry for audio listeners, but it is kind of like a GI Joe thing from the
oh,
1970s. I'm
no,
not
no.
familiar with it. And then the last project on the works is Matchbox, which is like Hot Wheels cousin, I guess.
Oh,
So I guess like it might be in like in the same vein.
damn, they're
Um,
trying to bring out every single freaking IP project that they have and just be like, "Yeah, let's make
yeah,
this all into a movie."
yeah, and it picked the best time to start announcing all these projects. When
Mhm,
nobody's working.
mhm.
Well, I guess producers might still be working and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It's like and
I mean, to be honest, all the most of the action figure one does make sense.
yeah, yeah.
The
I mean,
Uno one kind of like it to me, it's just like
Uno and the Magic Eight
I'm still
Ball.
curious about that. That one, if it ever they pull a trailer out of it, number 1, we're reacting to it. Number 2, I'm watching it because I'm just like, "How is this a
Yeah,
movie
it'd be like a train wreck we can't look away from. It's like,
or a
well, yeah,
train
what?
or a well-run train that we wanna ride on?"
Yeah, you reached there, but you got there. But yeah, this kind of thing always happens when a type of movie is like super successful, and then the studio's like, all right, cool, let's see what else, like let's throw it out, let's throw a lot out there and see what sticks, and then it kind of like it overflows the market, and then we'll get tired and sick of it and stuff.
Mhm,
So we'll see what happens. Again, these are just the upcoming projects that were announced or that might have been in the works, but like we said earlier, with the strikes going on, who knows when the hell they're even gonna come out. But at least they are lining up the dominoes once again,
mhm,
so that once the strike is over, because obviously at one point or another someone's gonna give in, and I really hope that it's the studio execs and stuff that kind of like, come on, just give the working class a bit more money. But once people are ready to work, at least there's gonna be projects like for them to like just hop on. It's like, all right, cool, let's get this thing going and stuff. So yeah, not all of Hollywood has stopped working. I guess there's a lot of pre-production going on, um and then it just stops at pre-production because obviously the production part can't start. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
probably, I mean, there's probably some, and not, I don't think everything's going to come to a screeching halt. I think there's going to be, but it is going to be different with the right actors and writers on strike. I think there's a, that's a huge workaround that I don't think can be accomplished. You just need to, like I said, hopefully they resolve this as soon
yeah,
as
yeah,
possible.
yeah. Because some or both parties are gonna miss out on something. And that's for sure. So what they sacrifice, it remains to be seen, obviously, and how long this is gonna last, who knows. But and yeah, you're right. We're not gonna like lose everything. I guess there are projects that like have been put on the shelf and they're gonna come out eventually. And then of course there's all these reality TV shows that you know cost them
Was
no money.
there was also like, was that because there was a time when like all you saw was reality TV. That was when the writer strike, the previous writer strike was going on,
Yeah,
right? They just started
yeah.
releasing a, which is like Jersey Shore was entertaining, but it was only great for a certain amount of time, and you're just like, okay, this is enough Jersey Shore
I
for a
mean,
year.
they Jersey Shore is still a thing, believe it or not.
Hey, I'm Joyzy here.
I'm walking here. I don't know. I've never seen New Jersey, Jersey Shore
I mean, it is New
episode.
Jersey, so
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Although to
Although
its
our New Jersey
credit,
had more Boston than it did Jersey, but
again, I haven't seen that show, but
mhm.
to be fair, I have gotten like stuck watching it when my siblings are watching it. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, but then I'm there still.
That's the
And
train wreck
that
reference you referred
yeah,
to earlier.
yeah. So yeah, we are going to be seeing a lot of reality shows. And I'm not sure if for the last writer strike is when this happened, but there was like a real Cancun like reality show movie that came out as well. Um, so it'll be funny if that's what like next summer looks like, just like reality show, Big Brother, the movie, stuff like that,
Oh my god, Big Brother the movie would be horrible.
or Survivor, the movie.
Oh, that's intriguing though.
I mean, they're essentially the same
Mhm.
thing.
Bachelorette the movie.
I know, all right. They get married for real, or I don't know. But yeah, we are definitely stuck in a weird place at the moment with everything going on and stuff. But yeah, in the meantime, there's always games, right?
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, definitely. I mean, the great thing about especially today is like there's a lot of content out there. So it's like I don't, granted I love my movies and TV shows. It's just
right.
yeah, but there's just so much stuff out there to consume. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying I won't miss, I will definitely miss movies if it ever comes to like the momentum has been stopped. But we do have, like I said, YouTube and
Oh yeah.
TikTok and Instagram and podcasts, and like we have other stuff to, and video games to like kind
Mhm.
of keep the seat warm while they figure out their thing. But
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully this thing is resolved sooner rather than later. All
mhm.
right. So any final thoughts on everything going on around here, Daniel? Or-
No final thoughts. Just hope they get resolved. I mean, that's the only thing I can hope for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mhm,
same here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll stay tuned. Hopefully good news breaks sooner rather than later. But in the
mhm.
meantime, yeah, we're here to talk anything nerd at all times, I guess. I've been Hector,
Nerds.
and that guy's been Daniel. Thank you once again for joining us. And this has been Under Nerdcast. Make sure to give us a follow on all the social medias, and yeah, hop on over to our YouTube. Wow, that's how new it is. I don't even know how to say the name the platform, but yeah, our YouTube channel is pretty new. So just yeah, we'd really appreciate it if you jump on over and just like
And
give it a
smash
little,
that like button.
yeah, give it a little clickety click
Mhm.
here and there. We'd really appreciate it. But yeah, either way, until then, we've been Hector and Daniel. Where's my mouse?